Hi there, my name's Rob Vanstone and I work for Digital.ai. Our mission, make digital transformation deliver business value. I head up sales engineering and my emphasis is on engineering. This is not a done deal. There's no product that will on its own transform a large enterprise organization. But together we can prioritize against your flow of value and we can give you all a great leg up on your journey to enterprise agility. So let's talk. To start with, let's take a look at the current state of affairs from an IT leader's perspective. You will notice that what stands out is that the number one priority of these folks is that digital transformation, which is understandable given the direction the business has taken over the last 5+ years. And now, given the work from home directives, so companies need to enable their customers to enable self-service and move faster from any location. But transformation is challenging, which is why it's remained at the top of this list for so long. Organizations have difficulty realizing the intended benefits of their transformation. And there are two main factors behind this trend, according to Forrester. And the first one is that markets continually rapidly change. And the businesses and their IT teams must keep up. And the other factor is that businesses, development, IT, security teams often lack the coordination and collaboration, making it difficult to gain a picture of the needs of the organization. And the analysts agree with the assessment that IT teams are too myopic right now in their approach to determining and delivering what's important for the organization. Where's this flow of value? The next big priority you'll notice is cybersecurity, which will only continue to grow in importance. And while the traditional concept of corporate IT security centers around compliance and risk mitigation and threats at the perimeter, the biggest security threat is external attacks by global cybercriminals. For this talk, I wanted to cover a few topics that we see being addressed in a number of the enterprises we work with. Many initiatives start with a seed or a focus, often as a consequence of some experience of pain. For example, everyone having to work from a remote location almost instantly. We've all been there. But this isn't new. For individual organizations, the pressures may have been regulatory or may have been the result of a breach. We'd be foolish to think there isn't always something on the horizon. One thing, as I said earlier, everyone is trying to do is stay relevant to their customer base and provide value to their customers, end users, faster than other forces that may be impeding it, and changes to the landscape or competitive behavior all feed into this. Doing this in any situation is challenging. Being nimble at scale, that's a moonshot. And here are some ideas that we think might help. So at the heart of our mission is the realization that when it comes to software delivery, we deal regularly in a world of outputs. Burn down charts, backlogs, stories, defects, sprint demos, these all get quantified, they all get counted, but they're all outputs, or at least lead to outputs. Changing the conversation to an outcome focus means you're really considering the impact your valuable effort is having with the most important aspect of your business, your customer. Is your effort leading them to realize the value you imagined or hypothesized about? In healthcare, we already saw a switch from league table data, etc. They still exist, of course, but at the heart of most of the industry is patient outcomes. It's a natural language for them. In these days, this is a relief. Most of the measures put in place are there to secure against bad outcomes. The language is clear. It's often overlooked in the abstract world of software delivery, and it really needs to come to a place where we can draw the shortest line between the business ideas, the experiments, to the results of that in the hands of your customers, being fed back into the system. This holistic view of outcome and a fierce reference to it at all stages of a value stream will improve results. Not many executives know what to do with the build ran, will be complete in 2 minutes and all tests passed. But they stand a good chance of responding to something like, our beta users just took the latest version of the loan quote application and we set a new record of 36 minutes from inquiry to loan signed and approved, and there were no crashes. If we look at a value stream, the sequence of steps that you use when creating solutions, which can provide a continuous flow of value to your customer. If we can really dig into it and map that flow, we're in a very strong position to optimize that flow. This level of insight can shine a light on the bottlenecks and other forms of waste in the process. And with assistance from other DevOps and Agile practices, for example, breaking down silos, changes can be made to optimize this flow. In fact, in isolation over the last 15 years or so, we've been doing exactly that, hammering down build times, shifting left our testing, and other quality assurance activities. And this has been happening well. We have practices like DevOps and Agile movement. But again, back to the outcomes focus we discussed in the last slide, there's still work to do. The Accelerate state of DevOps shows a number of areas where this is worthwhile. But again, there's more to do. It hasn't yet allowed us to describe ourselves as truly agile as an enterprise. One of the areas that's having, and I would say, mixed results is the investment in automation. Automation in and of itself is not the whole answer. There's a strong argument for choosing what to automate, and Peter Drucker put it really well. There is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all. And this ties us back to our view of looking at the whole value stream, performing analysis, holding activities and process up to the appropriate scrutiny. Making work visible isn't a very effective way of doing this. However, there are obvious areas where we should be automating. We have to get software into a runtime environment. We have to keep ensuring it's not reverted back to a bad state. We have a slew of important repeated activities that should really just be done by computers. They should be automated. Deployments, release steps, all freeing us up to analyze the rest. Take a measured approach, hypothesize, understand the value of what it is you're trying to automate, and then reconcile retrospectively, rinse and repeat. This is the kind of investment we're talking about. And Accelerate State of DevOps report really highlights this in abundance. And there's a ton of articles, and we can talk about this later at the booth. Test, test, test. If we move things faster, more stuff gets moved. It almost goes without saying that pushing bad stuff through a pipe faster means our customers just get lots of bad stuff. I kind of paraphrased that and edited it, removing any profanities. But the point is, we shouldn't just be thinking about quality after the fact. It has its place right up there with the creation of the intended value. If this is not built into the heart of an organization, if this is not made as easy as it can possibly be, we're playing dice with our customers. In the world of mobile applications, a physical detachment from our customers, such as we're experiencing right now, we're a click away from being switched off, removed, forgotten. Bringing test front and center, integrating it tightly into our value stream delivery platform reduces this risk and gives us further insights into our efforts, more data. And depending on your view, another facet of quality, is how I like to think of it anyway, is the security of our applications. It's an industry in its own right, of course, but in our environment, in our business, it's an element of quality of what we're pushing out to our customers. And there's no question this has to be considered. But like pure quality assurance or testing, we can do more to bring this front and center. How many of our flows of value get held up because some aspect of security is engaged at the 11th hour? Penetration tests, for example, or worse, how many units of value have to be pulled back from our user because we found something in the field? The evolution of security practices has already started, but we need to consider all angles, all surfaces, and protect our value from the inside out. Data breaches, regulatory requirements, fiscal pressure from poorly thought through security practices are abundant. And this is a world that we can never be complacent in, an arms race with bad actors that does not end. So what was considered impregnable at one point in time could become a risk in the future. And we need to remain vigilant. So baking this mindset into the value stream helps. It also provides us more data back from our applications. There's a huge potential here. If we're looking after these applications in the field, we can monitor their security health, of course. But maybe there are other items of interest that we can take value from and get feedback from the field. So there's more data to look at. I've said data about 3 times already in different contexts, and it's no accident. Our value stream produces and receives tons of data. In your organization, every tap on a keyboard, every approval, every change request, every support ticket contributes a slew of data. Data which on the surface could look unrelated, but of course, since we are pushing value through a flow to the end user, it has to be related. 3 seconds for a build is data. 3 seconds for a build for the code that is now in production and the subject of a security breach is data. This happening every time we change a particular line of code is yet more data. 3 or 4 systems of record all have clues to what could be so apparent. When we update this component, we don't run our security checks, and almost every time we open a backdoor into our system due to some systemic reason. If only we'd known. It's a contrived example, but it goes to show that we're awash with data in our efforts to deliver faster, provide more value to our customers. And you all want to do this. And yes, we all do it in different ways. You integrate different systems of record, solve many problems using many helpful tools, some of which are shown on our beloved periodic table of DevOps tools. But there are even bigger, equally impressive pictures of technology landscapes in use today, and it's staggering. An area of great interest right now is relating all this data, understanding it, drawing scientific conclusions from it, testing the data, making assertions, feeding back into the system so that we can learn even more. Doing this at scale means thinking about it in different ways. Scientists can start to understand this in the context of our goals. Our goals that are designed to provide unique value to our customers. So who are we again? Well, we're Digital.ai, as I've mentioned, and our value stream platform integrates and coordinates the whole software delivery process, providing business context across the entire agile delivery process. And we help provide flow across the value stream with a deep understanding of the development, security, operations processes. This image shows a typical delivery flow from initial planning, feature development, app security, continuous testing, and deployment. Value stream management connects the security, DevOps flow to the business with a focus on delivering value. And it achieves this by enterprise agile planning that prioritizes based on business value, connects software delivery to the company strategy, shifting security left by providing end-to-end automation and protection from software delivery to production release and beyond. And not simply building an application, but delivering measurable, valuable results to customers, measuring the outcomes and the impacts that feed back into the strategic planning for the future improvements. The Digital.ai value stream platform integrates fragmented, disparate tools, tracks the flow of value from planning through to production, and it unifies the business and dev, SecOps, whatever we want to call that whole delivery platform, creating a single view that aligns application development with our business goals. It delivers high-quality digital experience that our customers can trust. This leads to measurable business impacts and provides improvements to profitability, accelerates innovation, and it improves brand perception, reduces costs, protects digital access and assets. And it's real. You can try it today. We're a visionary technology company. We're using value stream management as our cornerstone, and we're creating the first intelligent platform that connects all software development and delivery efforts to business outcomes. And uniquely, we bring together this value stream management platform concept, the control plane, together with the value stream delivery platform concepts, the execution plane. Both of these we can talk about at great length. And if I may, we use it ourselves. The quote from our chief R&D officer at Digital.ai, come and have a talk with us at our virtual booth. Another value stream bursts into existence. And we're hosting roundtables where we can put what I showed you through a magnifying glass under the microscope. So have a great conference. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.